to another podcast, not a show, another podcast of Flex and Facts. Today, an interesting show. We're going to talk about the Olympics. We're going to talk about, maybe we'll get into some mental health, some health, as Joe smokes another cigarette. So Gino to my right and Joseph Busco to my left. We also have to say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, on the mic.
Hi, everybody. On the mic.
We have to congratulate and welcome as a new sponsor, Pépinière de Golf.
Yeah.
It's not a golf course, by the way.
Oh, I thought it was a golf course.
Joe, tell us about Pépinière de Golf. Do golf.
Do golf.
Do golf.
Well, they sell everything. They sell stonework for the homes, the interlock. Great place to shop. Great prices, good discounts.
So it's a store?
Yeah.
And we'll have a
okay.
link down below if you're looking to do any renovations.
So if you're in the
outside.
Ottawa or Gatineau area or Hull, that's the
Do
place
they
to
have
go.
more than one location?
No, that's the only location there.
I think Gino has some interlocking he bought at some
Fundraiser.
fundraiser. 4,000 square feet. He's still
Yeah,
he still-
6,000.
6,000.
What are you talking about?
Sa
500
1,000.
feet.
Sa G2.
And you still haven't
Oh,
used
they
it.
can't hear it? That's why you say
Why
stuff to
didn't,
G2.
why didn't you use it?
I still didn't get it delivered. It was for a good cause. You know what?
Yeah, he's
paid
generous that way.
$3,500 for nothing.
Right.
Paid
But I
2,500.
gotta call our maybe our other sponsor.
They can't. They won't. They gave it to you.
No, but maybe we get him as a sponsor.
Oh,
as well.
I don't think so.
Anyways, if you want some interlocking, there's a link down below. We can get that done, right? Okay, we're gonna go right into the podcast today. We want to talk to our good listeners. We're gonna get some great feedback.
So what are
from
you talking
guys.
about today?
We're gonna talk about the Olympics. Did
You know
guys-
what? I want to congratulate you on something.
Yeah.
Didn't you just pick up the contract with the Hull Olympics?
Gatineau Olympique, yes, an amazing organization. Thank you. Yeah, great
Congratulations.
people. Yeah, thank you. Great
Congratulations.
people. We're looking to make a big difference.
Big
And,
splash.
we expect you guys to come at the Slush Puppy,
Yeah.
the Centre Slush Puppy. Where
We're
you
going to
can-
come for the Memorial Cup.
I like the way you're manifesting that. See, you've been listening to a lot of these podcasts. You're actually getting the manifestation
I know,
in your brain. Memorial Cup in 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, manifest whatever you want because it'll come true.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Don't take a jab at our good friend Adam Fata, Cyclozoic
I'm
Era.
I'm
Follow
actually
along.
not.
We love
I had
Cyclozoic
a-
Era. Keep
Is
putting
he
that
paid
great
for
message.
that?
I had
No,
a great,
he's putting a great
I had a
message
great
out.
conversation with Adam actually, and he's right on the money.
But you don't listen.
I listen
You
100%.
say you ran out of money.
No, he's right on the money.
He
Oh,
doesn't
right
listen.
on the-
He's
Well,
he's making things happen. I'm
Oh,
not
no,
kidding
he's
you.
very good.
Yeah.
I like it.
No,
Well,
seriously.
yeah. He
I
doesn't
had,
watch things
I had a
happen.
1 hour conversation with him. It was great.
Do you believe, though, finally?
I think if you manifest things and you need to apply
Martino,
yourself, it'll come true.
This.
Right.
Strategy.
Yeah, good. Anyways, manifestation is,
Okay,
is
what
very
about this
important.
Olympics? What do you want to talk about again? Fucking health and fitness.
No, we
again.
want to talk about the
You're luck.
Olympics and you
Oh,
guys.
Canada was great. They
Yeah.
broke every record.
Really?
Yes.
Which ones?
They got 27 medals, I think it was. 27 medals. No,
You-
seriously, that's amazing.
You guys want to talk about some boxing match? I gotta admit, I only watched the 100-meter race. And then I
That's
gotta be
it?
honest. That's all
No,
I watched.
really have to look, see what the medal standing were
Yeah,
because
you should know this information
not
before
good.
you
Well, isn't
come
it
on.
that girl there that has those chromosomes screwed up and she picked up the gold? What's her name?
So there we go. I don't have Ottawa here. I have U.S. USA won 126 medals. China
You know, when-
91
We're not
medals.
even talking about
we don't
medals
care
here.
about
People
medals.
want to know Japan
No,
45.
people can look it up just like
but
you
guess
did.
what? I have a good point to bring up.
Okay, just so you know,
What I
everybody
don't
has a phone. Everybody can look that up. There's
What
nothing.
I get it. I
Okay,
know,
why are
but-
you bringing that up?
Okay, listen, I'm going to tell you why. Because Australia, by the way, it's the only country and continent, in case you guys didn't know, just for a little bit of information there.
Stick to what you know, Gino.
Australia is a continent and a country.
Wow.
Isn't that good information? But
you
here's
just-
a
I know
here's
a lot
a
of
great no. But
continents.
Is that what someone
here-
told you today?
No, actually, I just
Gino,
I know
Gino.
because I'm smart.
You know how many continents I know?
Can I can I tell you guys something?
No, go ahead.
So Australia has a population of about 25 million people.
Wow.
They won about 53 medals.
Okay.
We have 40 million people and we only won 27 medals.
What does that tell you? We're out of shape.
Well, it tells us something. Maybe, Tony, you can enlighten us a little bit more about the shape and the bodies.
Yes,
So
and-
one of the things I wanted to ask you, what is it that makes people win gold medals, people win silver, and people win bronze? Because obviously it's all about the body. It's how, is it like the workouts they do or the drive they have? Again, why do people make NHL? Some people don't.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much. There's so much that goes into that. I mean, obviously, one is you got to love what you do. So, whether you're a 100-meter sprinter or a diver, you got to truly love that craft, because if you're pushed into doing the exercises because you're good at it, right, then you're only going to go so far. You got to love to do that and do more and more and more and more to get you to that level, but unfortunately there's so many top competitors in the world that's why these events, like, they're not won by many seconds. Like, look at the 100-meter race. The guy that was favored
of a second.
Exactly. So that race, everyone in that race trained for 4 years for that, like 7, 8, 9 seconds. So that's how hard it is, right? I mean, and the competition that's why you got the best athletes in the world. So, I think loving the craft, sticking to that passion, outworking your opponent, really not thinking of that person that's ahead of you. Because, these stats, I remember when I was competing in the States in martial arts, there used to be about 20, 25 people in the categories. And then, you'd get a bye and you'd get points. So then the last 5 guys, they would list them. So psychologically, I started winning because I didn't look at who was ranked again, because it's just psychologically these guys get the bye and they're favored. So it puts kind of like, that losing.
So they have the same thing in the Olympics. They have different categories.
Yeah, they know people.
Well,
know
as far as the different sports, obviously, but
yeah, as an athlete, you got to be able to, like, overcome that and say, like, you're the one, not them. That's how technical it is. I believe the mind plays a big part in it. That's my philosophy.
What was your favorite sport of all the ones you saw there?
100-meter race.
That was your
that's
favorite?
my favorite sport.
What about
because
you?
it's
What
all
was your
about
favorite?
speed and everything's
What
based
was your
on speed.
favorite? And don't tell me women's. And don't tell me women's volleyball, okay?
But you had issues with some boxing. What were you?
They're putting males to fight females.
What do you mean?
Italian girl.
What do you mean they're putting males to fight females?
They're putting males to fight females.
Well, I guess transvestites or whatever. Even though they're males,
one
become
person, I
females.
can't pronounce her name, but she got gold, and apparently she has 2 X's and a Y. So she's like a freak of nature. Apparently she is a woman, but has more male in her than female.
How's that?
So XY is usually
How's
a
that?
male,
What do
right?
I look like, a fucking surgeon to you?
XY
I don't
chromosomes
know.
are a male.
But there's
But
a
you're saying a
Chinese,
double X.
Yeah, but there's a Chinese guy who's actually a guy who became a girl, and I think he picked up gold as well in his category of weight.
He was fighting females, even though he was born a male.
So a lot of males now, what they're doing is, they can't win in the male sport. They put on a dress and they go into the female side, right?
Well, I don't know about that show.
Well, that's what it looks like to me.
No, they were probably born a man, but they're deep inside they're women.
I get
and that's
it, Gino,
how they.
But you know what? Like, even the Olympics have Special Olympics. You agree with me?
Yeah, they do have special.
People with amputations, Down syndrome.
Yes.
They have Special Olympics, and they put them in special categories.
Right.
These guys, they want to dress like girls. I really don't give a shit. But if my daughter trained, like Tony says, the training is very hard.
Oh, yeah.
To be at that level. And then all of a sudden you're getting punched up by a guy.
Well, talk about, wasn't there a boxing where it was a female boxer from Italy and the other boxer?
That's what we're talking about.
Well,
No, but I want to, because he was talking about the Chinese. This was not Chinese.
Well, because that boxer now, they're saying she's a real she. That's what they're claiming right now.
Well, I understand she was born with both genitals.
No. She has 2 X's and a Y instead.
But I thought she had double genitals.
Well,
she had a vagina and a penis.
How do you have that?
I have no idea. That's what somebody was saying. I may be right off on this, but they said that he was born with double genitals.
We're not talking about genitals. We're talking about, because they do the test, right? The XY test, the chromosome test, or whatever it's called.
Well, he had a man testosterone.
She had 2 X's and a Y.
Right.
So the Y is what threw it off. Now, she's not a transgender, apparently.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
she
was born female.
But the other guy, Jin Lin or whatever his name is,
right?
This is a real guy who became a girl.
Yeah,
competed.
Yeah,
with the females.
Yeah,
it's like that swimmer there. What's his name? Dalton, whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
I mean, I can't.
Well, guys, you can set up like tennis players.
I can't tell you one thing with my men and women athlete. I mean, men are generally, usually, I think 50% more strong in their upper body, and then in their lower body, it's usually about 20 to 30. And men have a lot of testosterone, which creates a lot of protein senses, a lot more muscle. and generally a lot more stronger now. But there are some women that are pretty strong and are stronger than I guess men.
Yeah, but
that's
hold on, Tony. Boxing is weight category.
Yeah.
So you take a woman that's 100, because you train women and men.
Yeah.
So if you take a 150-pound woman, trains fucking 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And you take a man, a 150-pound man.
Yeah.
Trains equal to her. Who's gonna come out stronger?
Well, the men usually the physiology of a man is that they're technically a lot stronger. So the male would definitely be stronger for sure.
So my question is, why do they allow this to happen?
You mean having a female or a male fighting a female?
World? I mean, these girls, they fought for their rights to be women, and now they're fucking letting it go. They're allowing these men compete against them.
So did he win a gold medal? Is that
absolutely. Both of them did.
Get him on as a guest.
But how do you get these guys on a guest? One is
now a lot of these guys that are back. Actually, I was speaking to an Olympic coach, and a lot of them are coming back.
Right.
And a lot of them, I mean, if we contact the Olympic Committee, I'm sure they would do a lot of interviews.
They're like brushing it off, and everything's good, hunky dory. Like that Italian girl was devastated. Eh?
I know.
Devastated.
I actually, she was like crying and said it was a punch.
She gave up. She didn't even fight. She gave up.
She's been boxing all her life, and the first punch come from, I don't know, an alleged male because he had triple testosterone as a woman would have.
Oh, wow.
And, she felt like it was a hammer hit her head.
Yeah, she gave up.
And she gave up. She said, I'm not fighting this guy, a girl.
Could you imagine this poor girl, like, trained, how many years trained to even get to qualify? And
Well, I know that the beginning, there was a lot of controversy with the beginning, the opening of the Olympics.
That was
like, I heard people were upset about that.
One of the things I almost kind of really didn't even want to watch the Olympics because I was so upset about the show. The opened up. I mean, Paris did a fantastic job. I don't want to take that away from them. There's just one particular incident that was really disturbing to me, and it should be disturbing to most Christians and Catholics, because what they showed was the Last Supper. And they showed the Last Supper basically of being transvestite, bisexuals, and everything in the mix. And to reflect that as a Last Supper, as a Christian, I'm disgusted by it.
It's disgusting.
And considering that France is actually a very Christian country, it's kind of sad that they went along with it. However, that was brought up to them, and they kind of took
what'd they say?
A step back, saying, we knew what it was, and we kind of messed up a bit. But, because they did such a great job at the Olympics, which they did,
they forgot about it.
They more or less passed it along as, behind this, which I don't agree with.
So now, as a straight male,
somebody should bring
if
that
I would
up.
do the Last Supper with 12 women, half naked, as a straight guy, what would happen to me?
I don't know. I think you'd be in big trouble.
Exactly. But this, they just brush it off.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because we're not the power of the be. The power of the be decides.
Could you imagine that 1% of the population is taking control of what we get to say and feel and do? Could you imagine that? 1%. They're 1% of the population.
Yeah, somewhere. I think they're a little bit more, but
1%. I'm just going to say 1% of the population of the world. And we're allowing these people to control us. Like, we have to say, we accept it. We have to say,
well,
it's
I think they have every right to be who they are. I don't want to take that away from them. You want to be, when
they have every
gay,
right to be who they
homosexual,
are.
transvestite,
Listen to me, Gino.
bisexual. All I'm saying is,
I'm not talking about gays and lesbians. I'm saying you have every right.
Okay, so you agree.
Gays and lesbians have been around since man.
Yes, correct.
But the lesbians go to women's washrooms, and gay men go to men's washrooms. Now we have this new thing, no gender. My daughter's taking a pee in that washroom, and along comes you, a 65-year-old male, who this morning decided, you know what? I feel like I'm a woman.
Yeah.
And you walk right into that bathroom.
But they're allowing it, actually. You're right.
Exactly. Yeah. 1%. Did that 10 years ago, you got arrested, buddy. On a good day, you got arrested. On a bad day, you would have got a beating. So now these people are controlling us. 1%. I don't care what you do with your personal life. Don't give a shit.
Well, neither do I. I mean, nobody cares.
It doesn't
really.
affect my life.
You can practice whatever.
But now you're affecting my life because my daughter cannot go to a washroom in a university without a male being in the same washroom. It's all done, that stuff. So how's this normal?
Well, it's becoming the norm, unfortunately. There's nothing
Because
can
we
do about
allow it. Nobody speaks
Yeah,
up.
we do
Everybody has
allow
to.
it.
Oh, Joel, watch what you say. Be sensitive. Sensitive for what?
You're a buffoon. Man.
Yeah, fuck. You understand? Be
No,
sensitive.
I understand
for
what
what?
you're
Hello,
saying,
Luca,
Joe, but
today.
Lucas, how you
unfortunately,
doing, buddy?
unfortunately, we have to be an acceptable,
He's probably a cross-dresser.
accepting society, okay? Because there was a lot of mental health for people who were gay, transvestites. They were always rejected. So I understand being a little bit more accepting. Do I accept the fact that a gay man can all of a sudden walk into
Gay men will not.
especially in a
Listen to me,
university?
a gay man will not walk in a woman's washroom.
No,
A
I
gay
know that.
man functions in society.
I know, but a transvestite
That's
was,
not-
was now a man dressed as a woman.
So you think
can
that
actually
guy's
go in-
normal?
can actually go into University of a women's washroom.
Because you think he's normal. 10 years ago, was he
Because
normal to you?
Because it's an acceptable normal.
Oh,
We are being an accepting
no, we're
society.
told to accept. Because not everybody is happy of
No,
what's going on.
no, they're
I
not.
speak to every father and mother that has a daughter. Say, hey, are you okay with a man going into the washroom with your daughter? What are they going to say? They're going to be politically
Yeah,
correct.
as long as they're dressed as a
Hold on.
female.
No, they can be dressed as a male. There's no more genders.
No,
in the
no.
There is no more genders in a bathroom. No more. I was told by a young girl who goes to university. There is no
if
more.
you're a transvestite,
Forget the
if you're
transvestite.
if you're a male and you turn into a woman and you're dressed and look like a woman, then you're allowed to go in the
Okay.
bathroom. I don't believe
Lucas.
that me or you or Tony can walk into a woman's
Absolutely.
washroom
There's no more genders in a
because I'm
university
saying, well,
bathroom.
by the way, I want to walk because I'm gay.
No.
While I'm watching women do their
No.
thing. What are you
There's
joking?
no more gender.
There's no more gender.
Guys, relax. No
Lucas,
male
Lucas,
can walk into a woman's
Who's the
washroom.
buffoon now?
You guys know any of this?
There is no more genders. There's no more sign on the toilet saying male here, female here in universities.
You know what? I guess
I was told by a girl.
I have to do my research.
Yeah,
but
okay, do your research.
I don't believe that a man dressed as a man can walk into a woman's washroom.
There's no gender.
While they're doing their business.
There's no gender. They're called non-gender bathrooms.
Hold on a sec. That is okay. So they have male and female and non-gender bathrooms.
No, not anymore.
Okay. All right.
It's one bathroom. I was told by a young girl who goes to university.
Maybe anybody who's actually knows this, maybe they can go on the bottom, give us an email or text us. Can they
Or
text
I'm
us?
sure you could do your own research. But yeah, if you want to comment,
No,
everybody's
we
free to
want
comment
to
down
find
below.
out if anybody who's going to university, if that is the case, that a male can walk into a women's washroom because he's gay, but dressed as a male.
Where does the gay come from? Nobody said gay.
There's no gay.
Non-gender bathroom.
Non-gender bathroom.
I'm not gay. I can go to that washroom.
He's saying a gay guy's not going to go into a girl's bathroom. There's going to go in. A male's going to go
Well,
into a male's
that's what
bathroom.
A
you're
gay
saying.
guy
No.
knows he's a male.
That's right.
A lesbian knows she's a female.
Okay, so what are you
We're
saying?
not talking about these people.
Well, what are you talking about then? You said, okay,
This guy for-
Joe, you said
Now
right
you know
now
why
they
I
have
smoke, eh?
You
Now you
said
know why
they
I
have
smoke.
non-gender washrooms where a male dressed as a male can walk into a woman's bathroom.
Yes. There's no more genders. There's no more signs on the toilet that says for male, for female. Now it's non-gender.
Okay, so now they can have one
You
bathroom.
can
then.
walk in the way
It's a-
you
it's
look
a-
like and take a leak right
So
next to a girl that's taking a leak.
So it's a unisex bathroom.
That's correct. It's called non-gender, Gino, not unisex.
Does it say non-gender on the instead of having male and
yes,
female?
they put X's and shit on that.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so now,
You obviously
I did
hasn't
not.
stopped.
I did not know that, but I will look it up.
but 10 years ago, was that normal?
No,
It was frowned upon.
a lot of things are not normal that were 10 years ago that are normal today, Joe. After 9/11,
You're making me accept.
after COVID.
You're making me accept crazy. That's what you're doing. Stop it. These are crazy people. Here.
You should
Disturbed.
be. You should be talking to the.
Talk to who? They're more fucking disturbed than those poor people
You
that
should be
need
talking
help.
to your government.
My government.
Provincial,
Did
federal.
you see what he looks like? My government. Did you see what he looks like? We're going to go there.
Joe's a class.
No, what does he look like?
I guarantee that guy wears a dress too.
No names mentioned, please.
True though.
Oh.
Yay. Who cares? Freedom of speech. You ever hear that? That's what it is.
Got a point.
If you can go protest that you want to wear fucking a skirt and this and that, and nobody says nothing, well, guess what? I can say whatever I want.
You know what I think? I think let's go back to the Olympics and see anything. Have any other input about the Olympics?
No, I just think it was disgusting.
What we're doing is what you're saying is they're allowing gays and
Not gay again with the
LGBT.
gays.
Not gays.
I'm talking about to join the Olympics.
A gay guy can join the Olympic as long as he's competing with male.
No, but I'm saying,
this guy, is he drunk
but you don't
or
get
what?
what I'm saying. I am trying to
don't have
tell
to
you that what we're saying is now, if you're gay or lesbian, that you're allowed to fight as a lesbian against a man and as a gay against a woman. That's where you.
No.
We just talked about that. That's what we said. A man is fighting a.
We're gonna move on to another.
No, hold on.
No.
Let's see where we got which room we got to put this guy in. Go ahead, continue, Gino. I love
Joe,
it.
you just finished saying when we first at the outset of this
Right,
little podcast that we have here
Right.
that a man,
right.
allegedly a man, is actually a woman fighting a man who's actually a woman. They're transvestite or they've changed their sex.
So the Royal,
so in other words, a man
6th floor,
was fighting
room
a
703.
woman.
It's booked already for you, Gino. Gino, listen, follow the program 2 seconds. You're just gonna do this quick, so like
You
that
need to
Tony
listen.
can move on.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Male. Don't care if he's gay or not gay.
Yes.
Male.
Right.
Decides he's a woman.
Correct.
Dresses like a woman
Yes.
and goes and fight a woman.
Yes.
Where are we talking gay here? There's no gay here.
Oh,
There's
so-
gay men that compete against men.
Yes.
He's a man. A gay man is a man.
Okay.
We're not talking about that guy. We're talking about the guy who thinks he's a girl. And it's fine. He wants to think he's a girl, be a plant, be a fucking tree. I don't care what you are.
Okay.
But now you're allowing this guy, Tony Greco, we'll put lipstick on him, throw him in a fucking tutu, and I'll put him in the Olympics. How many fucking broads is he going to smash? Like,
Probably
knock him out.
Probably all of them, most of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Who's going to compete against this fucking monster who's been... Look at him. You can't compete, even if the girl is his weight category.
Okay, so
She can't compete.
So let me get this straight, Joe. What you're saying is the guy's actually not gay. He decides one
Holy
day.
fuck,
hold
Gino,
on, hold
you're
on.
fucking-
Can
you're gone,
I
buddy.
want to read out what you're saying.
The
You're
guy's
saying,
a fuck. Don't you understand? Guy's sick mentally. Mentally, he's sick. The guy's fucking sick. A guy who wants to
so
be
he's not gay
a
or
man.
homosexual. He decides that he's a woman today.
Listen, you know how many gay guys I know? And they're men. You know how many lesbians I know? And they're women.
Yes, I get it.
We're not talking about them. I have no fucking issues with these people. Zero.
Okay. You're talking about the guy who today decides he's
I'm
a tree.
talking about the crazy guy who decides tomorrow morning I'm gonna put on a fucking dress because I feel like a woman. And then he goes and compete against girls. This guy is mentally disturbed or challenged.
That's good. You didn't
I
use
like-
the other word.
that's very good.
You know what? I used it before.
Both of those words were perfect,
I
actually.
used it
Okay,
before.
so do you get it? So we can move on.
Yes, I do.
The guy who lost a leg, who amputated a leg, but he's
Room 109.
this guy fucking 6th floor. The guy who lost his leg, right? But he's a sporty guy. He's fucking fit. He's athletic, but he lost a leg.
Okay.
They put him in the Special Olympics. They put him with people that have disabilities like he does. Not because he's not a good, not because
Fit. He's fit, but he just
fucking right.
He
He's
lost a
more
leg.
fit than me.
Correct.
But because
Yes.
they categorized him as, I don't know the proper terminology, because today, fuck, you can't say nothing anymore. What do you call that? You still call these people handicaps? I don't know. Like, I don't
Yeah,
want
they're
to say
handicapped. They're handicapped.
it's the right word?
Correct.
Okay, because I don't want to fucking insult, get a troll like fucking, what's his name? Lucas?
Yeah.
Fucking sending me text that I'm a buffoon.
Okay, that's
You
okay.
understand?
I get it.
Get it. But these guys compete with people that have disabilities. You know, Down syndrome. Guy's fit he's built like an ox,
Yeah.
but he's got a disability. They put him in the Special Olympics.
Okay.
You're a cross-dresser or you're a fucking transvestite or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself.
All right.
You have a disability. Agava.
So do you
Not
think
good.
Should they?
So they should be in the Special Olympics and they should compete against each other. You understand?
Yeah.
This is how it should be. Not that poor girl whose parents fucking sweat and train and pay money to go to Tony Greco day in, day out, become an Olympian, and then show up there and fucking, oh, his name is not John, it's Jill. Fucking punching the shit out of me. Hey, I trained for this. Put a girl in front of me and I'll show you what I am. That's why I'm an Olympian. But now you put a male. So what?
Well, I think most people definitely agree with you that the male is
So if they
definitely
agree
strong,
with me, why
is
are they
stronger
doing
than the
it?
female. At least
Gino,
in
why are they doing
99.9% of the
it? Why are they
cases.
doing it? Why are they doing it?
I don't know why. You have to
I
ask
know
the
why,
Olympic
because
Committee that.
everybody has to keep quiet, politically correct. Joe, you don't filter. Filter what? I see crazy. I know what crazy is.
Yeah.
I don't need to be told what crazy is. That guy's fucking crazy. He's something wrong with that guy upstairs. Put him where he belongs.
But then, Joe, if that's the case, and the people have accepted him as a crazy, but they're allowing him to do what he's doing, then the whole committee's crazy because they're allowing it.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Because nobody
they're
wants
all
to speak
crazy.
up.
So they're
Nobody
all
wants to
crazy.
speak up. Nobody wants to speak up.
So
Like that apostle scene that they did. That was fucking disgusting.
I know, I kind of agree with you, actually.
Okay?
Yeah.
Make fun of the Muslims. See how fast they'll fucking blow your fucking building in 3 days. 3 days, you're going to get a jet coming right through your whatever. Paris would have lost the Eiffel Tower. But the Christians were, it's okay. It's all good.
We're laissez-faire. We say, well,
No,
you know
we
what?
don't, because
we turn
we
the
need-
other cheek.
I-
That's what
no,
we're-
it's not turning the
Yes,
other cheek.
we do. We turn the
wanna
other
look
cheek.
politically correct. Hey, that guy's... See, I was called a buffoon because they don't like how I speak. I'm a fucking buffoon because they don't like the way I speak. A fucking fairy calling me a buffoon. You imagine? A fairy calling me a buffoon.
Speaking about health though and mental health,
There's one right here.
no, but there's
got
been a
issues.
huge rise, which we wanted to talk about this. There's been a huge rise
Yeah.
on like burnout, anxiety, like fogginess. Like this
Why?
whole it's
Stress?
stress. Well, yeah, stress is every day, but like it's getting more and more and more.
Because
And-
everybody's walking on eggshells. We don't know what to say, what not to say, how to say it. We don't know
I
nothing.
think you're onto
So now we're
something
walking
there.
like this. Oh my
I
God,
think
did I
you're onto
insult you?
something.
Gino, did I insult you? Hey, what the fuck is going on?
It is crazy,
It's
but
true.
there is a lot of. I think you're on to something because, like
This
I said,
is the
it's
stress
not-
we're putting on each other.
and everything is and I mean, I'm a man on the way people process their thoughts. But you're right, because if people process their thoughts like that, then they're going to be skeptical about making a decision, which is going to affect their emotion, which is going to affect themselves, their well-being of who they truly are, and then they're falling into this trap where it's like. What's wrong with this person? You know what I mean? But that is on the rise.
But I think we all have to be politically correct. We can't insult anybody.
But there's the stress.
Why,
there's the stress.
why would that be stressful? Because we're being politically
Because you're holding back. You're holding back. You're
Yeah, but
holding
why do you
back.
want to insult a person? And
I don't think it's
that's
insult- I think
almost
it's
not a question of
that's almost like
insulting.
bullying.
That's not bullying.
No, you're used to using words in a fashion where whatever you got your frustrations out or whatever the case may be, even behind closed doors or whatever. You now are molded and programmed not to do that.
To be
anymore.
careful, yeah.
Yeah. So
Is
you're
that a bad
already
thing?
well. You're already like Joe
Well,
said.
sure, it's a bad thing.
Because you're walking in fear. You're walking on eggshells. You're losing your identity of who you are. It's like that same person that's 6 years old and that their parents tell them, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. That guy's gonna be growing up, shitting his pants because he shouldn't do this, he shouldn't do that. So he senses fear all the time. He's walking in fear all the time.
So what
That's
does that
trauma.
do? Build stress.
It builds stress.
Anxiety.
Because you're not really being who you truly are. Kind of like that person that wants to be a girl, I guess. Right?
Your friend offended you because of what he said, and you don't say nothing back. Why? Because you want to be that polite guy. But now you're going home with that stress, that anxiety, because you didn't answer back to the guy. You understand?
What would it accomplish if you did? If your friend calls you an asshole and you're walking away from it without any rebuttal onto what he said or insulted you for
Yeah.
whatever reason,
Yeah.
what would it accomplish for me to fight with you or fight with anybody and say,
Well,
Not fight.
why do you want to keep doing that?
it's not about fighting.
Isn't it better to just walk away and say,
Okay,
you know
but
what?
now
I think-
you walk away, you go home, you bring home the anxiety, you bring home the pain that the guy called you an asshole, uncalled for, right? So you're bringing that anxiety. Now the depression kicks in because, oh my God, he said I'm an asshole. So maybe I am an asshole. Now you're starting to question yourself. Am I an asshole?
But that's a sign of
You know
weakness.
what? I think. Well, yeah. Because and then
That's
you know
a
what?
sign of weakness on the person. Because if you call me an asshole, that's on you, not on me.
Right,
I don't care. That's your thought. It's what you said
right.
that affected. It actually literally affected you because you even spoke that way. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't give a shit because I know who I am.
Right,
But that's from a sign of strength.
right.
If I'm a weak person, maybe I'm going to contemplate suicide. I'm saying, what the fuck? This guy called me an
But
asshole.
that
He called me this and that, calling me names that I'm this and I'm that.
But it adds up.
But you're putting that on yourself because you're the one that's saying those words.
But wouldn't you like
and
to
most
tell?
strong people, which I think I am, wouldn't give a shit. I walk away and say, "Go fuck yourself," and I walk away.
What did you
But
say?
a lot of weak
No,
people.
but what did you just say? You would tell them what?
I wouldn't tell them. I would think to myself, "Go fuck yourself,"
But
and I'm
here's
gonna
the
walk
thing.
away.
Here's the thing.
I would not put up a fight. I wouldn't
You
give a
wouldn't
shit.
tell them, you know what, buddy, go fuck yourself.
No,
You wouldn't tell them that.
no, I don't know. I might say something stupid, which I'm saying, you know what? That's on you, not on me.
Right.
That's how you feel. That's a
But you
choice.
said something.
That's a choice that you made on your own. But if that's how you feel, go fuck yourself, and
I
I'll
don't
walk away.
believe you're gonna walk away. I'm gonna believe
I
that
would
you're
walk
gonna
away.
respond and walk away.
You know, I might say that's on you, buddy, but you know, you're a dick yourself. Walk away.
I
Thank
think
you.
that's.
But I
sort of,
might not even say anything, depending on the person.
Not a chance.
It all depend on the person. If the person was a friend of mine, somebody who I break bread with on occasion, he'd call me that,
Yeah.
and he sincerely meant it.
Yeah.
You know, I would probably walk away because of our friendship and everything else. But we're done.
I think
If you meant it.
I think you lose a lot of self-control because I'll tell you why. Okay, look, when I was fighting, okay, so here's the thing. When I was fighting, if some guy hit me, which I got hit a few times,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't break down and say, oh, geez, I'm getting hit. You know, I'd like say, screw this shit. I'm going to pit him harder, right? I'm rebelling and I'm being me. I'm building character. So I'm just using the fighting analogy, right?
Okay.
So that whole, you know, like retaliation of what you're really trying to do, right, creates character and creates positivity. It creates who you really truly are. But having that control of watching what you can and cannot say, having to feel that is going to change that. And that's all I'm saying. And it's becoming, you know, a problem because I see more and more weak people, not physically maybe, but mentally. But you have to have that mind body because I'll tell you one thing, fighters now like are weak. And part of the listen, I taught martial arts. I can tell you my students from years ago are going to be a lot stronger than I think people today because the teaching methods have changed. You know, we taught self-discipline. You were wrong. This is why you're wrong. We fix it. We do this. Now you got to be careful on what you say. You got to be careful on the way you present it. How are these kids going to face, you know, challenges in life? You know what I mean? How are they going to do that?
And
that's
I'm on
becoming
side.
a
I
big.
agree.
So then what do? They get depressed. Then what do? You see what I mean? Then the anxiety goes up. Like, I mean, I'm just using statistics on people that have changed because of those issues. And I know as a fighter, that's what happens.
You ever see a spoiled child? A spoiled child, his whole life growing up, a single child in a home and always spoiled. Baby did everything. Oh,
Yeah.
you're great and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
and all this bullshit. Right? Take that kid, 20 years later, he's in society now. All of a sudden, he's realizing, I'm not that great. Right?
He's
People
gonna,
out there greater than me, right?
Yeah.
But that's because the parents brought him to that level mentally that he's great. Oh my God, you're such a great dancer. Oh my God, you're such a great singer. Oh my God, you're such a great mathematician. But once he's out there in the real world where mommy's not telling him you're great,
he's just an average guy.
he's just an average guy.
Yes.
Maybe better, maybe not.
Yeah.
But now, oh, hey, Tony did it better than me. I'm not used to that. You understand? So now the stress starts to build up, the anxiety, you know, the depression. I'm not.
Is this, in your opinion, what creates mental illness?
100%?
Where you become a weak, and I know a lot of people commit
100%.
suicide because, you know, they don't even know why. I mean, we know.
We can't get into the mind. I mean, some people obviously
of
have
course
some
not.
chemical. I mean, you're not. Listen, that's a touchy subject altogether.
Listen, I suffered anxiety. So I know what I'm saying. I could have been that guy. I could have been that guy, that self-pity.
Have you ever contemplated suicide, Drew?
Never.
No.
For
Have you,
what?
Tony? Have you?
No, never. Why
For
would I do
what?
that? Have you? Seems
No.
like you thought about it from the
I'm
side.
thinking about it now. I got rope if you want. Anyway, to make a long story short, what I'm saying is I suffered anxiety. I suffered a depression. But it was very short-lived. You understand? Because when I was
So
going...
you got over it, but a lot of people don't get over it, Joe.
I
That's
get
the
it.
problem.
They don't get over it because they're not used to the no. They're not used to, no, you're not getting a bike. No, you're not getting $20. No, you're not going out tonight. No, you don't need new shoes. They're not used to that. They're used to yes, 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 yes. It weakens a person. You were talking about that the last episode. Actually, that hockey player that was our guest, professional hockey player, used to say, "Oh, I didn't feel myself sometimes."
Randy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is what we're doing to society right now. The world, we're slowing everybody down. We're bringing everybody to that yes level. Kids don't compete for scores anymore. Everybody's great.
Yeah. They don't
You
come
want to
score.
be a plant, you're a plant today. Okay, stand in the corner, we'll water your feet because you decided to be a plant. This is what's happening to society. Now you take this person, once he develops and becomes an adult, and put him out there. He's having a meltdown.
But there's kids who actually think they're cats and
Whatever,
dogs.
Gino. But you put them in society.
But what happens when they grow up then?
Exactly. That's when they have the meltdowns. That's when they have the suicide, the anxiety, the depression, because now they just can't handle it because they've been told by one person. They've been nursed by one person.
And speaking about stuff like that, we're going to talk about even the health. We talked about the technology and this whole virtual health that's going on right now with like doctors and nurses. Like I don't know what's happening here. Like
so doctors and nurses are not even spending time because they're too busy.
Yeah,
they're too busy. They don't want to deal with it. What too busy? You go see a doctor today.
There's a nurse who's dealing with about 12 to 15 patients.
They don't want to hear it no more.
That's way too many.
She doesn't want to hear it no more.
Because she doesn't have time.
Overwhelmed.
Exactly. They're overwhelmed.
Then it's not your job.
But guess what? The doctor are now doing meetings, virtual meetings.
Which is
not meetings, virtual
assessments
of your body.
You're right. Which is absolutely medical. It's
what the
absolutely
heck
crazy.
Was that all about?
It's
I couldn't believe
crazy.
that.
This is getting.
Go see a doctor. You can't tell them your elbow hurts and your knee hurts at the same time.
Yeah.
No, it's one or the other.
So
come back for your knee because now
they're
I'm doing your elbow.
Too. These doctors are entitled. They're overwhelmed. You're not overwhelmed. You don't like what you do and you don't know how to handle what you do. You shouldn't be doing what you're doing, right?
Well, they're doctors, Joe. Why wouldn't they do what they're doing? They're doctors. They should be doing what they're doing. The only problem is right now,
maybe they're doing it because mommy and daddy had enough money to send them to school, brainwashed their whole fucking life. Are you going to be a doctor? You're going to be a doctor. Maybe that guy doesn't want to be a doctor and became a doctor.
Yeah, it's a good point.
So he was forced against his will to become a doctor.
Yeah, just to have that pristine, you see your parents, how they were successful, and now you want to make a successful kid. So you're telling your kid from birth.
I was told from my dad, you got to be a doctor or lawyer.
I was never told by my
I
dad
was.
to
I
be
mean,
Man, I was told to work and be honest. That's all I was told to do.
But
I was told to be the best you can be.
Exactly.
No, you weren't. But you weren't even told that.
But what I'm saying, Gino,
that's not what that's what you wanted to hear. You were never told that. There's no way you were told that. You're full of shit right now. Because no Italian parents.
My mother said that to me.
No, she didn't. You're making that up. No, you're not. Anyways,
no.
You're making that up. What did she say? You be the best you can be. Because you're trying to translate that through your children now?
No, I'm trying to. No,
I watch the Bill Cosby
Are you joking
show
right
too
now?
much.
Yeah, no, I'm being serious because I know that's
when
not.
I wanted to be something, my mother said, just be whatever you can be, but be the best at it. But she said in Italian, which is a little bit different.
And what happened?
I am the best at what I do.
What? What do you do?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Jeez. But I mean, going back to that health, I think right now I hear a lot of people that have done these virtual assessments and it is very tough. And I also hear a lot of these doctors, which we're going to get a doctor on about this prescription stuff that they're just, throwing out there, not really like having the blood work that they treat the cause or other stuff that might trigger off. And I think the big thing right now is alternative medicine, which a lot of people are going to. You could be sure that and we all know people in Ottawa who belong to doctors that they can get a response in 1 minute, get a prescription in 1 minute. And that's because they're going,
But they have money and they're obviously paying an annual fee. And we know that.
And that doctor enjoys what he does because he's getting paid for it.
Damn right.
Yes. And
imagine you have 400 or 500 patients that are giving you $3,000-$4,000 a year, but you're at their beck and call.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Right now, there's doctors who have 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 patients, 10,000 patients. Think about it.
Yeah, and
they
going
don't
back
have time for you.
Going back to that alternative medicine and the blood work, because everything's obviously analyzed through blood work, and I know that Some people will go do regular blood work with their doctor, the standard, and then some people will do other, which
above
is
and beyond
above
the
and beyond,
standard.
which I strongly recommend to people to do, by the way.
Yeah.
Because you know what? There's certain things that you learn about yourself that these doctors will explain to you, like ratios, of being like average, above average. You can compare your lifestyle, your eating habits. This is the assessment that you need to do. I think everyone should do. So that way you start to realize what is happening in your system. It's
Tony
like,
loves that shit.
well, I do. I love it because
hold on. I
he
agree
loves
with
to
you.
be told he's
You're
above
talking
average.
about
no, not
every-
necessarily, because some scores are low. But what I want to be told is
Nothing is low of your scores,
No,
buddy.
but what I want to be told is what everybody should be told. This is the average. This is the norm. This is above average. This is your scores. So then you could be better at some of those because nobody's perfect. But
most doctors tell you after
no,
do
they
your
don't. No, they don't.
After they do your blood work, you know what they tell you?
Yeah.
I say, well, you're average. Don't worry, everything's good. I said, but I don't want to be average. I want to be above average. But when you're average or at that line where it's an acceptable level,
Yeah.
they don't care. They don't care about making you do things that are better for you.
No, but there's stuff like, for instance, let's say your cholesterol is good, all right? But then they sense that there's, some whatever, like some fatty liver disease because they see that this vitamin's low. Regular doctors don't go into that stuff. They do not go into that.
So the special doctor you're paying $3,000-$4,000 a year
not necessarily.
will tell
your
you that.
alternative doctor. I mean, doing blood work the way you should do blood work, in my opinion, they give you that, and I can recommend some doctors.
They give you that information.
Okay, and they tell you, you know what, your DHEA is high, but maybe that's because I see this other marker that is kind of contributes to that, and that makes sense because your vitamin D is this. Again, I'm just giving you analysis, right? So you start to understand, and then you start to apply what is being told to you and what you do in your regular life. Maybe I'm eating more desserts. Maybe I'm not exercising enough. That's why my my blocker and my whatever, right? Blood pressure is this. So you start to put the pieces of the puzzle. And the best thing about this is that now you could go and redo this 3 months as soon as you start making those changes and then see if your markers go up. Whereas regular doctors, some people haven't done blood work in a year. Some people haven't even seen their doctor. So they could be a walking time bomb.
So what you're saying is you should be diagnosing your health by vis-a-vis a blood test, which covers everything.
I think you
Few
should do
times
it.
you use that word,
I think you should do it every.
Which one?
Vis-a-vis. It's like the third fucking podcast you use.
I think-
Do you even know what it means?
Yeah,
What does it mean?
a direction.
Vis-a-vis.
Yeah.
I think you should do it every 3 months because then you could see the difference. And what I recommend as a health guy is that if you do it every 3 months, let's say your scores are low and you do make that change by exercising more, by making better, choosing better healthy habits, by upping your vitamin, whatever it is you're lacking on.
Whatever you're lacking
Yeah,
on.
and then see how you feel as an individual. If you have more energy, if you feel better, if your libido's up. Men is like, low testosterone. I told you this before. You didn't believe me.
You think I have a low testosterone?
Yes, you do. 1,000%. Guaranteed. And I don't care.
Joe, let's go get a blood test.
Until I get the blood test. So
What are you
it's
doing when
normal.
you're smoking?
It's normal. Your norms are not normal.
This is not the
Testing
70s.
my blood pressure.
This is not the 70s, eh?
But that's what he chooses. But at least he accepts it. So it's whatever. So anyways, based on that and doing those things, I think you can have significant markers that really tell you, what you need to do. Like people know that. I'll just give you an example, right? So people take a lot of vitamin D. Like, yeah, vitamin D is great for you. And it's a fat soluble. So that could hurt your liver, which could lead to, like liver disease. I'm not a doctor, but I'm giving you the significance of what can happen. Be like, oh, well, vitamin D is good for me. They told me to take, my doctor told me to take 2,000 or 3,000, 5,000, whatever.
Oh, so taking too much vitamin D is not good for you.
No, you have to understand. You might need 11,000 if your liver's
But you might be taking 10,000, but you only need 1,000.
Right. But
So that blood test will tell you where you're at, right?
Well, the blood test will give you, the doctor will analyze. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So your levels of what you need. Like, I don't care what anybody says, but once you get to the age of 35, your testosterone is lower. I know that for a fact. I do whatever I can. I'm not perfect, far from perfect, but I can tell you, if you're over 35, your testosterone is low, get it checked. I'm not a doctor. Okay?
No.
Get it. And if it's low, then that's your main hormone that, produces that protein sensitive. It increases muscle mass. So if you have droopy skin, loose skin, there's a problem. There's a problem. You're low on if you have your engine of a car and you're low on fluids, that light goes off in your dashboard. You go to the mechanic, you say, hey, I need some engine coolant.
You got a new car.
Yeah, whatever. You get
When
a new
your
car.
testosterone is low, you get a new wife.
But you know,
See how quick your fucking testosterone is gonna go with
But,
a
you know,
girl
this
20
is-
years younger than you.
But this is
See.
what
Even
again,
if you have
and
that,
what-
he's
It's
right.
getting boring, this fucking podcast. What is
but-
vitamin C
No, but
and
what
vitamin...
I'm trying to do is
Who the fuck cares?
I think
Go
you
see a
got
veterinarian.
No, I think you got to start creating your
Fuck
own.
all. You're gonna die. Don't worry about it.
Well, we're all gonna
Go do your blood tests every fucking day. Guess what? Destiny comes, knocks. Hello, Mr. Greco? Guess what?
You know what? I believe
You're perfect. You got fucking gold medals. You fucking train every day, but you got 3 months
You know
to check
what?
out.
You know what? But I think preventative
They're
medicine,
not gonna prevent fuck all.
your thoughts will change your life.
Joe,
No,
you're absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you know what?
I've seen the healthiest guys go down.
Exercising, take
And
care of
I've seen
yourself.
guys that fucking...
Make sure your cholesterol is good. Make sure
Guys
your,
that don't
your
even
blood
eat right
pressure
and
is
they
good.
live forever.
Make sure your
Stats
liver
show-
is good.
stats show
I'm
that.
telling you,
Your
Joe.
grandparents lived till 80, 90.
If they were, but that's because they had
And they
strong
smoke
genes.
3 packs a day.
No, but that's
And
because
they drank a bottle of gin and fucking 6
Not
gallons
gin,
of wine.
they
wine.
would live to 120.
Liter
if
of
they-
wine a
if they
day for
took care of
sure.
themselves.
You think they were educated like you guys?
Listen,
Well,
Troppa
because we are
dogazione, gabi
educated,
shadro.
but
we
Joe,
should
listen to
know.
this.
When you guys understand too
you ever done
much-
a blood test?
Don't have to.
Yeah, you do. Go
It's
and do
red.
it. Go do-
You know what? You should.
you should do it.
I will. I'll let you know.
You
I'll
should
call
do
my
it.
coroner.
Maybe you should tell everybody there, Tony, to
I'm gonna call my
email you
coroner.
and tell you.
I
'cause you
strongly
recommend some
recommend. I am not a
doctors.
doctor,
By
but
the way,
I
I'm
have
on side with Tony about getting blood tests because he tells you everything about you.
Yeah. Joe just doesn't want to hear it. That's the problem.
Gino.
He's in denial.
You're right. You're in denial.
Yeah. No, fuck. We're in Canada. There's no Nile here. Fuck.
No,
That's
no,
Egypt.
we
You're in
say
denial.
denial, not
You're in-
denial.
yeah.
Denial.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
not in
You know
denial.
smoke is not good
In
for you.
denial is
You
in
need to-
Egypt.
you need to stop smoking.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, you know that.
Yeah, of
So
course
if
I
you
know
didn't
that.
care, why would you know that? You know that it's a bad.
Do I do it?
You're thinking about it.
Yeah.
You
A
need
lot
to.
of things I should stop, and I don't.
You need to start exercising.
I should.
30 minutes a day.
One
you're
thing
gonna do that.
I do admire about you is that you're a non-drinker.
Yes.
You're alcohol free.
Imagine.
Oh
I was
my
a
God.
drinker.
Imagine if you drank.
Shit.
God
fuck.
forbid,
Oh,
man.
How does it feel that we're
Thank-
starting to pick on you?
Thank
By the
God
way,
for
Great.
that.
I love it.
hey,
I love it.
Thank
Yeah.
God for that.
Go ahead.
Anyway, anybody who doesn't drink as far as I'm concerned, they're losers.
That's fine.
You're a loser.
Okay.
Are you gonna go home and cry now? Because
Fuck it. Why don't you join
Gino
Lucas?
called me a loser.
Why don't you call Lucas there and fucking join in with him? Send me a
By the way, I was joking. Okay.
send me a text. Fuck. Do
okay.
something.
So the last thing
Ah, here we go. So-
Nothing
No,
wrong
no.
with not drinking and being alcohol free. By the way, nothing's wrong with that. I enjoy a glass of wine now
I
and
enjoy
then,
my life the way I see it. That's it.
and a bottle of tequila with Tony. Did I tell you tequila? Tony, tell us tequila you had
Yeah,
this week.
Tony. Like fucking.
Wow.
Like you should
We should
show us your human,
Listen,
your
we
human
should-
side.
We should.
The
We should
guy
really
we go
talk-
out with every fucking
No, but
night.
we
That's
should
the
really-
guy you got to show.
Well, you need a balance in life. I believe you need
How
a
many
balance.
fucking French fries you love eating? Sliced potatoes,
Listen,
Oh,
I
yeah,
tell
fucking
people,
ice cream.
I wrote a book. The book's right there. It's in the book.
Fuck the book.
My
I don't like
favorite
reading. You
dessert
got a
is a
CD?
McDonald's dip cone. I love it.
You
What
got a
about
CD?
talk to us about your French fries, not the
Hey,
fried
talk about
potatoes.
your trip. A beautiful trip in a private jet. Fuck.
No, I mean that's
Come on.
That's I've been blessed
wanna
with
hear
that
it.
with my client taking.
Oh,
But anyways,
here, look, so-
we should
so proper,
We
eh?
should
I've been blessed.
We should
Fuck
definitely
off, he owes
we
you
sh-
that.
No, we should definitely talk about exercise. That's what we should do.
No, I agree
No,
with exercise.
exercise. I'm
Because
tired of
I
hearing
have
that.
the list, and
Let's
it was
talk about excavation.
we could, but you know what? We're here to get people.
Let's talk about food.
Talk about food, but we're here. Well, we want to get the three, which was the mental health. We want to talk about alternative medicine, which I kind of think we dabbed into.
Okay, I want to ask you a question
yes.
because you're that Mr. Perfect. We're
Yeah.
going to call you
I'm
Mr.
not-
Perfect
I'm not
from now
perfect.
on.
I'm far from perfect.
Out of us three, who's the most craziest here?
I think we don't have to answer that.
Why
question,
not?
I think because I think we know who that is.
Well,
Well, say it.
define crazy.
Crazy. A guy not normal.
We don't,
Abnormal to what your standard is.
okay, we don't even have to answer that question.
No,
I
no,
think
you
our
do.
list-
I need the answer.
Well,
I can give a fuck about
obviously
the guy.
you.
Why? What makes me
What?
so crazy?
It's not crazy
Because you're not,
You're
unfiltered.
no filter. You're non-filter.
So that makes me crazy?
well, not crazy, but not normal. Because look at everybody that's normal. Right?
Who's
You asked
normal?
them- well, I
You,
mean,
you think Gino's normal?
Tony and I.
You think fucking Gino's normal?
not normal, but you know,
I'd like to
politically
think I am.
correct.
Hold on
or
a second.
more,
You think Gino's normal?
no, no
And-
one's normal. Who's
and now,
normal?
And
No
now,
one's
do you
normal.
think you're normal?
No, I'm far from normal. But I'm just saying.
So why did you guys all look at me when I said
Because your expression,
You were
your
implying
emotions,
something. You were trying to say something.
Yes.
Why don't you share it
what
with
we
us?
What are we getting at?
they should start looking at Dean Martin roasts?
Oh yeah, I like Dean Martin roast.
And
I used to love those.
Hold on a second. And I think people should really sit there and watch those shows. I'm telling you kids. The Dean Martin roast. Look how simple life was in the 70s.
Yeah.
Nobody wore helmets. Nobody was offended. And at the end of the day, everybody was healthy.
And happy.
Because nobody, and I mean nobody, took things personal. A comedian was able to say what he was able to say. Comedian today has to be careful what he says. You understand? People said what they felt, had a good laugh, and at the end of the day, everybody shook hands. It's not.
Actually, I like that analogy you brought up, Dean Martin roast.
Today,
Because everybody insulted each other to the nines.
yeah,
And everybody accepted it.
but
And
it's
it
not accepting. There was nothing wrong with it.
Who's Dean Martin?
There was nothing wrong with it. Guys, I'm telling you, look at those roasts. There was nothing wrong with it. You know, they were calling out each other, the Jews, the blacks, the Italians, the Hispanics. Everybody was making fun of everybody.
You're 100%
And
right.
at the end of the day, everybody shook hands, had a good laugh. Nobody was stressed. Nobody took medication. None of that.
Okay, so why is it happening today?
Because everybody's walking on eggshell. You're
We already
telling me
answered that.
I'm the craziest guy here. Why? Because I just say it the way I see it.
Yes, you're unfiltered.
So who cares?
And
But-
we know, we accept
and
that.
I don't insult anybody. You take it as an insult. I just throw it out there.
Well, you could be insulting some people
But why?
because they may feel insulted.
That is
But-
stupid.
Because
some of the comments.
because they don't hear that every day. That's why, Joe. There's, you know what? Because we know you and we hear that,
Right.
we accept it.
Accept what?
Except the fact that you say it the
Tony,
way it
you're
is.
narcissistic. We accept it. Why?
I don't know. I think I'm.
You're a
natural.
perfectionist. Everything.
Tony's
has
a
to be,
narcissist?
What are you talking about?
He has to
Well,
be.
you're
Do
a
you want me
Trump.
to beat you up
You're,
on the
you're,
air?
you're a Trump.
No. Anyways,
he has to. No. Don't deflect. Don't fucking play goaltender here.
I'm not deflecting. I'm
You
just
know, like you always throw out that beautiful image, that perfect image. Everybody fucking looks up to Tony Greco with the big halo. Walk around with that fucking like you just.
I
fucking
transform bodies up.
you-
with
you
spirit,
just
strength,
departed
and
the
mind.
red fucking
That's my
sea.
job. That's what my job. Listen, the two most important days in your life is the way the day you're born and the day you find out why. I aim transfer people's lives. That's
I've
what
seen
I do.
it.
Right.
I've seen it.
Can you
what's
tell?
wrong with that?
Can you elaborate on that?
No, but
when,
I've seen
when did
it.
you find out why? Because I'm looking to find out why.
Well, you'll never know your why. We ask you that every day. You change all the
no.
time.
Well, hold on a sec. Do you know your why?
Yeah, I just told you. I transform bodies, uplift spirit, strength, and minds.
Is that your why?
That's what I do, not my why.
Why do you do
Okay,
it?
what is your why? I'm asking what your why
My
is.
why is that I want a healthy, more environment. I want healthy people, positive attitude, contagious energy, which is what I do every day.
So this is what you were brought on this earth for?
Yes, that's what I believe.
That
That's
is
what I
your
believe.
why.
But it's
Yes.
funny. You hang out.
And I had my experiences through life to do that. That's why I'm that guy.
Tony
I'm a
Greco.
positive guy, right?
I'm not denying
you know,
that.
I can share my experiences on the negativity, but I thrived on that negativity and turned it into a positive. That's why I preach this stuff. It's like that guy that hits me and that guy goes, "Oh, geez, I'm gonna fall over and quit." I'm go, "Fuck that shit. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna bust your teeth." That's positive reinforcement. Or getting up in the morning saying, "This is a beautiful day. It's shiny. It's great." That's positive reinforcement. That's programmed in my mind. So negative energy doesn't go well with me. So when you're around when people,
So you got
You're
the
not-
two
yeah.
worst fucking people
but
around
I
you.
deflect
I'm
it.
not like
I
that.
use that to make me stronger. I use that
So are
to
we
make me
helping
smart.
you or hurting
no,
you?
No, you're actually helping because I know more. The more negative, the more I deflect for positivity. So when I go into the real world, that guy's not even negative and just throws a little bit. I'm like a rock star because I've been through all the negativity.
Is that why you hang out with us then?
Well, I hang out with you guys because you're friends of mine, and you know, like,
Oh, that's it.
well, I like what you guys do. We're friends. That's why I hang out with you guys. What kind of questions?
No,
is that?
because we bring everything.
Yeah, but in all
Against
fairness,
what he
Joe,
says.
you are negative. In
How
all
am I
fairness.
negative?
You're very negative. You're
Really?
negative.
Debbie Downers. A
No,
Debbie
no.
Downer.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now the truth's coming out.
Well,
I love
no,
it. Go ahead.
I'm
How am I
putting it out
negative?
there because we have these conversations all the time off air.
What
We're
makes
on
me
air
negative?
right now.
We have 2
Well,
minutes.
you always look
Yeah,
at
fuck all. Fuck.
No,
we
you
got 2
always
minutes. We have 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck all. Stop the seat. There's nobody here.
Joe,
It's just us.
you want to
You
stop?
can fucking turn the cameras off. We don't give a fuck. What makes me negative?
everything you do,
Yeah.
everything we say,
Yeah.
and I'm including Tony at this,
Yeah.
you always bring the negative out of it.
Yeah.
And we have to try to get the positive out of you.
Right.
And it's very
It's work.
difficult.
It's work. It's work.
It's work. You're creating work.
So I give
but
you
we
guys a
love
lot of
you,
work.
But we love you so much.
So I give you guys a
that
lot of
what
work.
we don't
Big
care
challenge.
about the extra work because we want to change you to be a positive person on this earth.
And if we do that,
Who makes you
we're-
laugh the most?
You do.
So how's that negative?
It's not. We laugh because you're unfiltered.
So you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who makes you laugh the most out of all
But
your
I
friends?
wish you'll be,
Who
you've
pulls
got so
fucking
much
cracks.
You're
Me.
blessed with so much, Joe.
But I never
First of
seen
all,
the
having
difference.
two friends like Tony and I, that's a blessing right there.
I love you guys. I love you guys. Fuck, I love you guys.
Good one,
but,
Gino.
but at the end of the day,
I love you guys.
you have so much to be blessed for. Why would you be negative?
When did I ever say I'm not blessed with something? When did I was ungrateful about anything? I tell you, I lived a fucking dream life. I lived the dream life in my own head.
Lived or live?
Live in my head.
Yeah.
I'm a legend in my own mind.
That's okay to be that.
Right.
But-
so
but-
how can you say I'm negative? I'm not negative. I throw
No,
shots.
yeah, exactly. You throw shots, but they always come out negative, and you don't turn them to a positive. Where we try to turn it to a positive, and somehow you're accepting because
But my negative when
We're
I throw a
posi-
shot,
I think-
when I throw
I
a
think
shot, that keeps you
I'm
sharp.
speaking for me, but I think I'm a positive influence on you. But I also think so is Tony.
You both are to me. You guys are not negative to me.
Okay, good. So we are a positive influence in your life.
He's got a character that I enjoy, right?
Yeah.
I enjoy his character.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
flex and
perfect.
See,
flex.
this is the
I'm gonna
character he's
flex
got.
right here.
See the character he's got? It's all about Tony Greco, and I love it. I love it because
Kiss that.
yeah, I'll make you kiss something else. His
I thought he
energy.
kissed it already.
No, fuck. He wouldn't be the same.
Kiss that.
He'd be walking to the ladies' washroom as a gay man.
Oh, he'd be fucking confused. I can tell
Be
you that.
careful what you wish for,
That's
Joe.
too
Kiss
funny.
that.
Yeah. So you see the person he is, right?
Yeah.
I love it. I wouldn't change him because this guy here gives me material.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
You wouldn't change a fucking ounce on you because you give me
I
material.
want to change a few ounces on
you
myself.
give
Tell
me
you the truth.
fucking ammunition.
Maybe a
Both
few
of you, you
pounds.
give me. You know, you guys open up so many doors for me.
I know that's great. We
You
love
know?
that. I'm glad we do that.
Ammunition. So why you say I'm negative?
No,
Why don't, we
it's
leave it, why don't we leave it to our
Fuck them. Leave
let's leave
nothing.
it to our
Fuck.
listeners.
Nah.
Let's leave it to our listeners and let's
Well, listeners, there's 6 people out there.
no, there's
on a
not.
good
There's
day.
lots of viewers.
No, we have-
you can
we
go
have
to
good viewers.
Be
YouTube.
positive, be positive.
You can go
Yes. See, there
to
you go again.
Instagram. It's Flex and Facts. You could tell your friends about it. You could also put down some of the topics that you want us to talk about.
Hey,
'cause
did
we're-
anybody else wrote in that Insta thing? What is it called? The grandma thing? Whatever. What do you call that?
Instagram.
Yeah, you got
Instagram.
that
Because
shit.
there was a few comments.
Oh
yes.
yeah. Do
You
we have
got one?
any more?
You got one?
Any
You
more?
got one going?
And then
Mr. Lucas.
so and then by the way,
By the way, I'll be in LA in 3 weeks. So Lucas, if you want to meet up with me, I'll be in LA. Go ahead.
Hey, that's right. You're
LA
going to
or
LA.
Toronto.
Well, Toronto, I don't like Toronto.
How long
It's a
you going
shitty
for?
city. To LA?
No.
Just a couple of days. Flying in, flying out.
Oh,
Got
yeah?
shit to do over there. Got
Oh.
some stars I got to polish.
And you know what? Earlier, I wanted to just touch on one last thing
Go ahead,
before we is that
Hey,
you
did
know,
we get
ta-
those bracelets?
They're coming. They're coming. Our new Good Vibe bracelets. Wait till you see these bracelets. TG Good Vibes, Stone Era. Made
What are you
them.
selling them for? $39.99?
Yeah, I mean, probably $25, $30. Yeah. So I'll.
That's cheap
yes.
because every bracelet we buy,
Yes,
the
they're
$50,
good
$60.
vibes. These are going to be awesome. Stone,
No, it's true.
Stone Era.
They're $50,
So why are you being so
$60.
generous? At least sell it at
You know
what
what?
your
It's
cost.
just to cover the cost and just share the progress with
I
others.
saw them. They're beautiful.
They're going to be nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Joe
haven't
saw
seen
them.
them.
Wait till you see
They're
them.
beautiful.
Yeah.
See, it's not hard to fucking work his ego. Just throw him a cookie. He's happy.
But
See
go
how
back-
I know him? See how I know? You think I give a fuck about those bracelets? Honestly, between me and you, Gino, how much do I give a fuck about
You're
those?
100%.
But you see the material I get over here? Like, how do you not? Where's the negative? There's no negative. It's just the material is just
Yeah.
there. It's
true.
just there.
Let's bring
But-
those bracelets
Yes,
on.
we will.
No,
but
but they are
I
beautiful.
wanted to talk about how I have to, on a positive note, a lot more companies are dealing and taking the fact of the anxiety, the mental health,
Yes.
and they're bringing in people. I'm very blessed to have 4 speaking engagements.
That's great.
Which I want you guys to come
Oh,
to.
good for you.
Yeah.
And
That's
awesome
awesome.
because that's what I do. So if you guys want to uplift your spirits, I mean, I got a great presentation that I do, and people are. That's just me, but they are putting extra revenues into making their staff healthier, more positive. So companies are doing that. And I admire that.
Me too.
Because you know what? You want your workers to be positive. and strong.
Absolutely.
So on that note, some positive reinforcement for our
Are
listeners.
we paying for that ad? That
No,
you just-
let's give our listeners our
Which ad
our
are we
listeners,
paying for?
what?
and
You should
our
be paying
viewers.
us. He just did a
Our
fucking
viewers.
plug.
Let's end them on some
How
good
much are those
positive.
tickets?
You know what? I think that being positive is really important to your health.
Don't try to
and
be serious. Just be you.
No, just continue to be positive. Don't ever stop being positive about everything you do. Doesn't matter if you have to throw it in the universe like
Again.
our friend. No, but it's
I'm
important.
gonna throw something in the fucking
Believe-
universe any
believe
minute.
in
A rocket.
yourself.
We're gonna
Believe in
take a
yourself.
leave. We're gonna take a leave till next
Why do
time.
you cut him off? Fuck, let him
Why?
continue.
It's the same thing.
No, let him continue.
All right,
Fuck.
you got 30 seconds.
No, I'm not saying nothing anymore.
Continue.
It's your turn.
No,
Gino.
it's not my turn.
Why don't you throw something
I'm
positive
not. I'm
out
just.
there?
You know what? Listen to our podcast.
He did.
We're
He
gonna have
plugged his
fun.
fucking show.
We're gonna have
go
fun.
talk.
Joe's gonna be Joe. Gino's gonna be Gino. I'm gonna be me. We got some great episodes.
How come I don't get to say my final say?
I'm coming
No,
up.
go ahead.
This is it. Let me finish mine.
Oh, okay, go
So
ahead.
listen to the podcast. That's what we do. Don't take everything, just be
Serious.
Exactly. And now, speaking about serious, your last thoughts, Joe.
I'm going to tell everybody out there, whoever's listening, 5,
Okay.
6, 7, 20 people,
right.
100 people.
We got over 50,000 views out there
Fantastic.
right now.
Go ahead.
So, whatever comes out of this mouth, it's just air.
It's who you are.
There's nothing
Against anybody?
against anybody.
That's good.
I love everybody.
Yeah.
Right? I love Tony. I love Gino. I love my guests. I love everybody.
And you could sing Elvis Presley.
I could sing Elvis.
Oh, by the way, he's a great singer. You got to listen. Maybe one day we'll get you
I'll
to
be
sing
Throwing
a
him a
song.
cookie. Stop throwing a
I'll
cookie.
be
Go
in
finish.
Vegas. I'll be in Vegas.
Finish
in a
what you
couple
have to say.
weeks.
Stop throwing a cookie. You don't have to throw cookies.
No cookies.
No, I think it's great.
Cookies are for Greco. Anyways, so what I'm saying is that you guys, you want to do negative comments, positive comments, it's fine. But at the end of the day, laugh. Laughter is the cure of all.
Best medicine.
And dancing, number one. Laughing two.
Laughing is the cure of all. If you can laugh at yourself, right? And you can laugh
People around you?
with people around
With people
you, not
around you.
at, with.
No. With. Yeah, absolutely.
And don't take things serious. Don't get insulted easily. Just be happy.
Well said.
Well said. And that will take our leave on Flex and Facts.
Show them your puppies.
No. Next episode.